we're looking at here is cortex. This is cortex. And I know it's cortex because here's a glomerulus, there's a glomerulus, there's a glomerulus. Okay? So we're seeing cortex, so glomeruli, so that we're in the cortex. This is the renal capsule right there. Okay? What you're seeing here, so this is the glomerulus right there. And then this right here, you're seeing this thin layer of cells on the edge of, between the glomerulus and this space. That is the Bowman's capsule. So Bowman's capsule, Bowman's capsule. All right? Okay, so I'm going to move this one just a little bit because I want to show you here the difference between a proximal convoluted tubule and a distal convoluted tubule is that the proximal convoluted tubule has microvilli. So this is cutting it so we see the tube, right? And you're seeing a bunch of what that's the microvilli right there, inside of the middle of the tube. Or as I like to say, it looks like a bunch of stuff in the middle of the tube. So both of these are proximal convoluted tubules. They got a lot of stuff in the middle of the tube. All right. Where this one, you see here, hardly anything in that tube, right? And this is a distal convoluted tubule, so it lacks those microvilli. Okay? So, proximal convoluted tubule has microvilli, distal convoluted tubule does not. And I just want to point out that, this is a tube cut this way, okay? Where this is a tube cut this way. That's not the difference here. The difference is what's in the middle of the tube. Okay? So I just want to point that out. So this one right here, which is not in focus, but this is a distal convoluted tubule. So it's cut this way, right there. It's not in focus. But as you can see, that the middle of the tube over there, and I focus it now, is fairly open. Okay? So that's a distal convoluted tubule over here, where this is a proximal convoluted tubule. I would ask, stuff like here, where you can definitely see that it's a tube. I'm not going to ask for a bunch of cells kind of smushed together. On the test is, you're going to see a tube, okay? A tube like this or a tube like this, okay? If it's got stuff in the middle of it, it's proximal. If it doesn't, it's distal. All right. Back to medium, and then I'm going to move down here. And so now we're in the cortex region. Now, this particular slide that I have here is just showing all the tubes cut this way. Okay? So that's what this particular slide is looking at. Now, when we look at this here, you guys remember looking at slides where we looked at simple columnar epithelial slides, right? Okay? So when you see a tube looking like this, where you get that simple cuboidal epithelium showing up very nicely here, right? You see it shows up nice here, nice here, nice here on this one. Not so great on this one, right? Not so great here, not so great there, right? You guys seeing the difference between this tube and this tube, this tube and this tube? You guys seeing that? This is a collecting duct. This is a loop of Henle. Okay? So this is a collecting duct, that's a loop of Henle. This is a collecting duct here. That's a loop of Henle. This is a loop of Henle. Loop of Henle. Loop of Henle. Here's a collecting duct. Okay? You guys seeing the difference between those? Okay? So, what region? Once again, we're in the medulla region. And how do you know that? Is because we are not seeing glomeruli. You can also see kind of, that those collecting ducts are a little larger than those loop of Henles.